Let me just go ahead and get updated over here off to the left just to be sure that I am actually transmitilating and so that I can see when y'all have questions or things to tell me. All right, there we go. It looks like we're actually live and in person. All right, so I think you probably all remember this set, most of you, the Good Morning Magnolia with the bundled, it used to be bundled, it is no more, but the matching Magnolia Memories dies, and I decided to pull that out again, partially because this is on the retiring list. So your opportunity, if you don't already have this, your opportunity to get this beautiful set is going away. But I want to tell you a little math, okay? A little more math. I did some this morning on my blog, and I've got a little bit more. So when this was bundled in last year's annual catalog, it was $63.75 for the 2 stamp case set and the dies. All right, so that was already a savings of 10%. In the current catalog, you couldn't buy them bundled. You had to buy them together, and they came to $70 a piece. So you had a $35 set of dies, and you had a $36 set of stamps, right? Hey, hello, Kim. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Rosie. Right now, these are on sale, okay? So the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set is not discounted. It's retiring, but it's not discounted, so it's $36. But this beautiful Magnolia memory set that I'm going to show you how to make a great flower using is on sale for $8.75. Y'all, that is 75% off. 75%. I would drive to the other side of Atlanta for 75% for something as pretty as this. All right, so you add them up together, you can get this whole set right now for $44.75. Did you hear me? $44.75. Hey, Lenny, that is so much cheaper than even the original bundled price of $63.75. So totally get this right now. All right, it is a beautiful set. You really want to have it in your stash. Hey, Pam. Okay, so let me show you the card that we're going to make. It is a fun fold, and you can see I've used some of the Golden Garden acetate on the front, a little bit of fine art floral here, and then the beautiful Magnolia Memory die cut flower, and I'm going to show you how to make that. And then this opens up like so to an inside that you have room to write your greeting, or just leave it like that. And then this little dude hooks under the flower. The flower acts as the stop. And of course we have a matching envelope. All right, so let's get started. It's a pretty easy little fun fold. I did use a piece of printer paper. You know those pieces that your printer goes, yeah, I know you only wanted 3 pages, but I'm giving you that 4th one that has 1 word on it. Keep that 4th one, hang on to it, use it as a template or like a tailor's pattern for making fun folds when you're not sure. And it's a good thing I did that because I totally borked it. I actually had to make 3 of these before I got it completely right. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Amy. Hi, Barbara, Sheila, Brenda. Appreciate y'all joining me. Okay, so this is the fun fold in printer paper, which is not very exciting. Let's go ahead and get going. All of these cuts will be on my blog tomorrow. What I have here is a piece of cardstock that is supposed to be 10 inches long, but it isn't because I did not cut it correctly. So I'll get that cut right quick. It is 10 inches long. I know it's 11 right now, so I'm just going to cut an inch off of one end. The other end will be fine. I'll just cut the one end off. That was a little joke. Y'all are welcome to laugh because it was extremely funny. I know. Hey, Bree. Hey, Connie. Yay, I'm glad you have this set. Hi, Heidi. Okay, so it is 10 inches long by 4 1/4 wide, and I'm going to score it twice. Once at 2 3/4 inches, and again at 8 1/4 inch. Bing, bada bang, bada boom. There it is. All right, only 3 pieces of paper were sacrificed to bring this fold to you today. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold this up and give it a good crease. And we'll do the same on the other side. Y'all, it is cold here again today. It's only like in the 40s, but the wind is just whipping. It's cold. I had to pull my covers back out today. Okay, so if this is your card that you're making, you could put the large part at the top like I have, or you could do the large part at the bottom, whichever makes you happy. All right. I took a piece of the Golden Garden acetate that I cut first. Let me get it in its right orientation here. I think that looks about right. What I did is I cut a regular card front first, and then I cut it down. Oh my goodness, there it is. There it is right there. I cut it down so I had a piece the exact size as my large piece at the top, and one piece the same size as my bottom piece. And then I'm going to take some, hey guys, yeah, very chilly in North Carolina, I'll bet it is. I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen and I'm just going to put some glue under the printed portion of the acetate. I'm just going to put some glue, there we go, there it's coming, okay? And you do want to be easy, take your time, use little dots, okay? You could also probably try to get a couple of little glue dots under, but I'm going to just tell you, it really shows up on the black. So you want to take your time with it and just get a little bit going on these parts. Okay, and we're going to do this first, and then I'm going to put the flower together while this dries. Remember, the fine tip glue takes a little longer to dry than the other glue does. Okay, so we're just going to line that up. It's the exact same size. There's no mat. It becomes the exact card front. Okay, just rub that on good, and then we can do the other piece like so. Hi Daryl, appreciate you joining. Yes, Heidi, you send it to us, I can tell. It is quite blustery. We still don't have the azaleas in the ground because about the time Wayne got the area fixed, it rained like a booger. And I mean, you guys, it rained yesterday like nobody's business, and I am very much hoping that that means that much of the pollen is now on the ground and out of the trees, and we'll be able to breathe again, because whoosh, the poor girls come in at night and their noses are just green. They've got green stuff coming out their noses. Yes, it's true. Ponies get allergies just like humans. My baby, she's really got allergies. We even had her allergy tested. Yes, it's true. We did. And it turns out she's allergic to a lot of things. And it also turns out that allergy shots, while expensive, don't do much. So, you know, there it is. That's how that rolls. All right. And then I'm just going to line this up on the top. Like so. I'm going to pick it up just to be sure I am as straight as I can get it. Give it a good little push. Oh, see, it does take, like I said, it takes a second to dry. So you just got to give it a minute. I may have to go back and put a little more glue. We'll see. We'll see what that's doing when I come back to it. How about that? Okay. Let's make us a flower. Let's make us a flower, shall we? Stick that back in there. Man, that's the hardest part of using this fine tip glue pen, is putting that little doohickey back in the little whatchama thing. All right. So I have done a little pre-cutting. What you're going to want to make this flower, there are 2 or 3 dies in the die set that make a flower. Flowers. That to make a flower is well, let's see. So I have 2 of the large ones, 1 of the medium ones, and 1 of the small ones. Okay? So 2, 1, and 1 for a total of, yes, 4. And then we're going to do a little bit of folding and blending, and we're going to make it look just so much like a real live flower, we aren't even going to know what to do with ourselves. Okay, so first I'm going to take a blending brush, and I'm talking about a very dry one. Hey, Kara, appreciate you joining, sneaking in at work. So I've got some Bumblebee ink and a blender brush, and it's going to be a pretty dry one, okay? I don't want a lot because it's a lot easier to control it, a lot easier to add than to subtract. Now, you're probably thinking, Mary, you're going to cover all that up. Yes, it's true, but it's still going to be I'm going to know it's there, right? I'm going to know it's there. So I'm going to do 2 of the larges. If I can get my fingers on it, there we go. And I'm just putting some yellow in the center. And here's the medium one, a little more yellow, because it's getting towards the top of the stack, which means it's more visible. And then my very top one is going to get a little more in that yet. Okay. Okay, that's all that takes. Thanks, Beverly. I like how that acetate looks on the black too. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to do some folding. And I kind of want to stress it a little bit because I want it to loosen up and become a little less papery and a little more petally. You know what I mean by that? I don't either. It just sounded good when I said it. I thought it sounded good. You can kind of go the other way because, you know, flowers. I mean, actually, these are like the most perfect magnolia flowers ever. Every one I've ever seen, I usually manage to see them after they've been sitting for a minute and they're looking pretty sad. So you can make your paper ones be all beautifulized. Okay. And put a little bit right there like that. And a little bit right there like that. Can you all see what I'm doing? A little bit. Putting kind of a crease. And then a little bit of rolling. Okay, you're just working it so that it becomes a little more pliable. And it kind of doesn't even want to be perfect. It really doesn't want to be perfect because flowers aren't. Katie is doing okay. I think, yeah, she's doing okay. She's eating pretty well. We keep Walmart pretty much out of any stock that they have. The bisque is back, which is awesome because she really likes it. So we've got a pretty solid routine going. I'm not sure if we won't do something different when it's time for us to go to Maui. I feel like being away for 2 weeks is going to be really stressful on her. So I'm not sure what we'll do. But for now, she's a happy camper. She's sleeping by the heater. And she has her staff jumping to her every whim. And, you know, what cat doesn't like that? Okay. All right, so we're just doing a few of those like that. Okay. Now I'm going to use liquid glue. Oh, Daryl, you need to buy this right now. It is so on sale. It's not even funny. You just really need it. I'm just telling you that right straight up. If you love steel magnolias, hello, and who doesn't, you know, you need this set. So I'm just layering it up now with liquid glue, okay? And I'm doing the petals with liquid glue, and then I'm going to put their little inner doohickeys in. One with liquid glue and one with a little bit of dimensional. Like so. Oop, get back here. Come here now. Don't be all that way. There we go. There. We'll let him dry for a sec. And I cut the larger, there's 2 dies that have flower centers. And I cut the larger one out of Bumblebee and the smaller one out of Cinnamon Cider. And we're going to put the larger one in with liquid glue. Like that. And then I'm going to put a little piece of dimensional on. Here, I'm trying to use up this last little sheet. Yay, Kim! You'll love it. With a little piece of dimensionale. A little piece of dimensionale. Thank you, Rosie. You're like my publicist. That's so cool. I appreciate it. I hope that the fire danger is past for you, my friend. I haven't seen much on... on the news, so I'm assuming that means that the fires are kind of under control, huh? I hope. All right, so I've just got a little piece of dimensional on there, and I'm going to place the center on, and I'm trying to kind of offset it right there so that it doesn't all line up. But, you know, best laid plans. There we go, just like that. Oop, turn it. There, perfect. Perfectly not perfect. Okay, so that's that, and I will now get ready to, let's see what our acetate's doing. Yep, it seems to have decided to adhere itself, so that's perfect. Now, I have 2 little strips of Blushing Bride cardstock and 2 strips of Fine Art Floral that I'm going to adhere. Hey, Teresa. 47% contained. Well, that's progress. That's progress. Are the winds died down so that the airplanes can take off for aerial firefighting? I hope so, because that's a big game changer when they can get in the air. All right, both of these are done. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put together the inner liner before we start assemblating. Okay. Now, I have a piece of basic white and a matte of Blushing Bride. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the sentiment. I'm going to put the sentiment on once I get the card a little more put together. But I am going to go ahead and stamp this little flirty-do from Good Morning Magnolia. And I'm going to do this at the bottom and the top. Okay. So we'll just line that up right there, ever so scientifically, by which I mean not at all scientifically. And then we'll turn it over and do it the other direction. The other direction, like so. Okay. And we'll hold right there. And I'll tell you what, because one never knows when one is putting the card together kind of incrementally, I'm not going to adhere this to the mat, you know, just in case I have to do something different. Okay, just not saying I will, but just in case. Okay, so here's how it's going to all lay out. This will go on the inside, probably more together than that. That is not where I wanted it, but that is okay. A little bit. Look, I've got a little bit too much sticking out there, so I'm going to pull out my trimmer. See where it's kind of stuck out there? I'm just going to line the edge up like that and give it a quick fix. But you know what? Doing it with the scoring blade, it just isn't going to work. Gonna have to cut it, Mare. Actually, it's textbook cutting. You have to use the cutting blade. Okay, now we're talking turkey. Okay. So let's rewind. Here's how this is going to lay out. We're going to put this, just hold it like so and place it in the middle like that. Okay. And then that's going to come down. These 2 pieces are going to adhere thusly and suchly. Thusly and suchly. And then my flower is going to adhere to the top strip. Why am I doing this? Because I want to stamp my sentiment and I need to know where it should go, right? Okay, so the sentiment is going to go right there. And I'm going to use my scissors to hold that down for a second. I'll use a little tuxedo black. Remember, when you're using the cling stamps, the straightness of your image is directly proportional to 1, how straight it was cut on the rubber to start with, and 2, how good a job you did or did not do with putting the sticker on. So I always like to give that a test, and I'll use my grid paper. Yep, that is pretty straight, and it also gives me an idea of how well the image is stamping. Okay. So put my card on straight, and I'm just going to stamp the sentiment right about there. And I'm going to hold for a minute. I'm not going to rock. I'm not going to do anything really weird. Then I'm going to pick it up and breathe a sigh of relief because it came out great. All right, good to see that. Glad to see that, Rosie. All right, now we can go ahead and start putting the card together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this strip on the top and this strip on the bottom, okay? So you only want them on one side or the other, or it's not going to open and close like very well at all. So I'm just going to put some liquid glue at the top there, fold it up, and lay it on. Try to get it straight and hold it just for a second. Do 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 do. You're in France, Heidi? Serious? Wow, that's awesome. How cool. Are you on vacation? All right, and then this one I'm just going to put some glue at the bottom and line it up next to the other one straightly. And then I'm going to sing a little more Jeopardy because I know how much you guys like it when I sing. Do, 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 do. Aren't you glad that American Idol only takes young people? Because otherwise I would so try out. No. Said no. Never. Ever. No. No. That would not work. Okay, so there's that. Why don't I, while those things are drying, go ahead, because this is all good now. I don't have to redo anything on the inner liner. We'll go ahead and get this in. Hey, Peggy, appreciate you joining. I'm going to open the card very carefully. I'll show you in just a second. Let me get this on, and then I'll show you on the sample. Okay. So the way this works, remember I adhered the left strip at the top and the bottom strip on the bottom, is the bottom strip tucks under the flower, and then you just open it like that. And then when you close it, you just tuck the strip right back under, just like that. Easy. Easy and also peasy. All right, now we'll put this on the inner side of the inner side. The inside of the inner side. Alrighty, okie dokie. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's starting to annoy me. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little more liquid or fine tip glue out here, and then I'm going to put some real glue under where I've got that strip. This only happened like twice when I was making the sample, just saying. So we're going to make this booger mind now. Time for you to mind and do as I say. Yield to my will. Yield to my will. There we go. Oh, now it's going to go. Now it's going to go. All right. So, gosh, the worst part about having to do that was I have to stick this back in there one more time. Gosh, get in there. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, and I am going to put it on with some dimensionals right there like that. My idea is I don't want to cover the sentiment, and I do want to overlap that other strip, right? So let me go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals over here on the card front to catch this. And then we can tuck our leaves in underneath. And just, it's like, you know, if you ever say, and then I'm just going to pull off the covers and you can't grab it to save your life. Have you ever done that? Just totally did that right then. All right, and we'll just put that on like so. Right about there, like so. And then I'm going to tuck, I made a couple of leaves. I cut a couple of leaves. These are from the Magnolia Memories. And I'm just going to tuck them under, but I want to be sure that I'm not interfering with that other strip, which is pretty easy. Just get that stuck down like so. Stay there. Stay. Stay, Ubu, stay. It's not going to stay, Ubu, stay. It's not stay, Ubuing. Stay, Ubu. There. Jeez. I call that the perversity of an inanimate object. And then I have a little one, a little leaf made with some old olive. Okay, we're just going to hold that like that. Like that's what we meant to do. Okay, there, that's good enough. Good enough. And I'll close that back up. Come here now. There. And stick another leaf or two in on the bottom. Like so. And somewhere under my stuff, there's another leaf, and it's gone with the wind. So we're going to use another, oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. I see it. Whew. Hey, Peggy, this is a great set. It's on a terribly wonderful sale right now, just saying. You can get the dies for $8.75. That's crazy. That's just crazy. And then I'm going to take one final Mossy Meadow leaf and tuck it right over here like that. Okay. And there is the card front and the card inside. And so now I'm just going to go ahead right quick and do our envelope, and we'll be done ski. We'll be done ski. All I did for the card front was the flirty-do on the front. Make sure I'm doing right side up, not wrong side down. And we'll put that right in the middle like so. So it kind of mimics the inside of the card. Yes, ma'am, I did pre-order. Not quite as early as some people did, but I did pre-order when I got up at 5. And I bought a whole bunch of catalogs. So if you are one of my customers, know that the catalogs are ordered. When they will arrive, I do not know. They would not let me expedite them because they're so heavy. So when they get here, I will turn them around as quick as it is possible for me to do it. I've got a little more of the Fine Art Floral DSP. It is a great deal. $8.75. You can buy the stamp set and the dies now for way less, like $15 less than the bundled price was to start with when it was a bundle in the last year's annual catalog. So $8.75 to be able to make these beautiful flowers and leaves. Yeah, I think so. Very good price. And we'll just trim this off with our scissors. By the way, a pair of these is up for grabs today on my blog, on my Facebook page. Go there and share a project, and you'll be entered in a random drawing to win tomorrow. And there, as they say in whatever industry, some industry somewhere, is that. There you have a pretty little fun fold with the Golden Garden Acetate, the Magnolia Memories die set, and some Fine Art Floral. And you're ready to go. All right, guys, I appreciate you spending part of your Thursday with me. And I hope I will see you on Saturday evening on my Facebook Live video. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if I don't get to talk to you on Saturday, have a wonderful Easter on Sunday. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.